It's been a long day. I would like to welcome you all to the Trian Music Honor Society Fall 2020 virtual induction ceremony. We are super excited to welcome 6 new members from the band, orchestra, and choral programs into the Trian Music Honor Society. Tonight, we will have a introduction and welcome or inspirational message from our very own fine arts administrator, Mr. Nathan Autry, followed by our officers doing our membership induction ceremony, and then a farewell. So without further ado, we will get started this evening. I would like to also thank our fine arts administrator, not administrators, our fine arts and teachers who are here with us. We have everyone here. We have Ms. Shadwa, who is our orchestra director. We have Mr. DeWinter and also Mr. Smith, who are our band directors as well. So thank you all for your support and supporting your students, because without you, I wouldn't have such wonderful leaders to work with. So I would like to introduce Mr. Autry, who is, of course, our assistant principal here at Campbell High School. He is the supervisor of fine arts here at CHS, and he is the choral director and fine arts department chair before at Sprayberry High School, where he built an award-winning choral program that consisted of 5 choirs who consistently scored superior ratings at the Georgia Music Educators Association large group performance evaluation. Under his direction, the Sprayberry Advanced Mixed Choir was invited to sing in several regional performances, including singing a backup for 3rd season winner of Britain's Got Talent, Miss Susan Boyle, at the Atlanta Symphony Hall. Mr. Autry holds degrees in music education, vocal performance, choral conducting, and educational leadership from Kennesaw State University, the Georgia State University, and Piedmont College. Currently, Mr. Autry is the Director of Music Ministries at Covington First United Methodist Church in Covington, Georgia. And he is an active member of the Georgia Music Educators Association, National Association of Music Education, and the American Choral Directors Association. He resides in Midtown Atlanta and enjoys attending, and I'll let him finish that because he didn't finish his sentence. So without further ado, I introduce you to Mr. Nathan Autry.
Wow, I didn't realize I didn't finish that out. So yeah, I enjoy attending, just multiple things around the city, the symphony, all musical and theater. Also, one of my kind of hidden things is I love to ride roller coasters. And that was originally what I wanted to be before I decided maybe music is what I really want to do. I wanted to design roller coasters and bridges. I don't know why, I just loved them and thought they were amazing things. And structures and fun things that just allow you to be a kid no matter when you get on them, if you enjoy them. If you don't enjoy them, then that's another story. But that is just one of those things. So I felt very honored that Ms. Pittman asked me to be a part of this. Why? Because but then I asked myself, why me? But then I started thinking about it and thinking about what makes a leader a leader, and what makes Tri-M a wonderful opportunity for students to lead in their music programs, and why is Tri-M important? And I thought back to when I was running the Tri-M chapter at Sprayberry, and what I saw students doing, and I saw them grow into being not just leaders, but musicians and leaders in their musical ensembles and leaders in society. And some of them have now gone on to do great and wonderful things in a couple of major Broadway productions, so to say, or regional productions, or playing in symphony orchestras. But also some of them are members of Fortune 500 companies, such as Amazon. That they're working in management with Amazon. And it was that piece of that they had leadership outside of just the normal everyday school that busted them into that. So when you think about leadership and when you think about what Tri-M brings to us, A music honor society. What does that have to do with being a leader? What does that have to do with, leading in your ensemble? Oh, I'm in this honor society, but what does that mean? Well, what it means is that you have been chosen based on, number one, your academic progress, but also your active role within your musical ensemble and the example that you are already leading by, the example that you are putting forth. So as you start to, or as you continue on through your musical ensembles, always keep that in mind. That is one of the two of the big main reasons that you were chosen. Sure, your grades were important. Sure, that transcript was important. Sure, you might have helped serve food to the homeless or something like that, did something outside of school. That was important. But what was most important is your active involvement in your own musical ensemble and the leadership that you bring to that ensemble. We, as music teachers, stand on the podium. We do lots of things on that podium. We wave our hands, we play the piano, we play our instrument. We're doing all kinds of things to make that ensemble work. But if you, as a student leader, are not doing your job, then it doesn't work. It doesn't work to the full capacity that it can. So that's why it's important. That's why it's important that you step forth and that you develop that toolbox. Remember that word toolbox of leadership skills that are going to propel you forward. There's a wonderful book out there by Lang, and it talks about just the leader's toolbox and what he uses. And I say he because I'm telling it from his point of view. With my student leadership team that I had at Sprayberry, I used that book consistently, and it was using the toolbox to form a roadmap. Okay, leadership is not always easy. Leadership doesn't always feel like you're making an impact. But if you will stay consistent and use all those tools that you put in your toolbox, okay, follow that roadmap, know where you're going, use the tools as you need them, then you will be successful and you will lead to success within your music ensembles. Think about something that you might have struggled with along the way. Okay, just something in school. Maybe it was a project. Maybe it was something where you were struggling with a friend. Okay, how did you work through that? And take those tools, put them in your toolbox, because you're going to need those in some other capacity along the way. If you're thinking about your ensemble, all right, let's just use Miss Pittman, for example, and you're in choir and you are leading the soprano section, all right, and somebody's just not giving 100%. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to think back maybe to that time, maybe when you had an issue with a friend, or maybe not an issue, but you were working through something in a project with a friend. Okay, those same skills, honed just a little bit, tampered with just a little bit, are going to serve the same purpose. That's why you're in a music honor society. Getting out into the community, getting out into the school, representing Campbell High School in a positive light outside of the four walls of your ensemble rehearsal is what it's all about. That's what, number one, recruits new people and builds your experience, okay, to make it a better one, because we all know the more people that are involved in these ensembles, often the better it is. Why? Because that's just the nature of what a large group ensemble is. Sure, there's small solo and ensemble things. Sure, there's small group things, there's solo things, which hopefully a lot of you will get involved in those small group things and those solo things that are available to you, because that also shows that that leadership piece is in you, because it shows your peers that you are willing to work extra hard to get up in front of everyone and do something that puts you in the spotlight, okay, but challenges you. I can remember thinking back to my high school days. I was a quiet, shy, believe it or not, little choir boy who was afraid to do any kind of solo. Had I not had a teacher literally hand me a piece of music at Christmas and say, "You're going to be singing this solo," and I was like, "No, I'm not." "Yes, you are." And she led me into actually doing that. That was my 10th grade year. Had I not have done that solo because that teacher pushed me, I would not be where I am today. I would be sitting behind a desk doing the things like designing roller coasters, maybe something that I enjoy, but that I may not love. So it's finding your niche, okay? Finding where you fit in that ensemble, finding where your peers fit, finding where they succeed, helping them find where they succeed, and leading them in that way. When they look at you, when they look at the list of people who are in Tri-M Music Honor Society, something to ask yourself, do they see a leader? Do they see someone who is willing to take that extra step to make things happen? My hope is yes. Okay. And if you're doing all the things, if you're using the tools in your toolbox, if you're following that roadmap of where you would really love to see your ensemble be, working in conjunction with your director, working in conjunction with your music or with your ensemble leadership team, working in conjunction with your Tri-M Honor Society. Okay, where would you like to see that ensemble be and blossom? Are you working to your maximum capacity to make that happen? Because it's important, once again, that because you are now part of this select group of people, notice I said select because it is. Not everyone that applies gets in. Please remember that. You set forth on a journey that's going to lead your ensemble, okay? Lead your peers, whether it be, once again, that solo work, that piece that you're doing in class, or maybe you decide I want to do a community project, which is a component of Tri-M, getting out into those communities. Remember, you are leading by example. One of the things I want to encourage you to get involved in is your middle school feeder programs, whatever that might be, wherever that might be, whether it be Griffin, Campbell Middle, or both. I would encourage you to get involved in both, band, orchestra, chorus. Or if they're doing the musical, go help them set up for a musical. But find ways for those younger students to see you high schoolers who they do look up to, okay, involved and working and setting a good example and helping to build that bridge from middle school into high school. We all know coming from middle school into high school is a big, scary place. But if they have somebody that they can latch on to, so to say, or somebody that's familiar, somebody they know, that may not be the teachers, it's you, the students, okay? Give them somebody they can latch on to so that they feel like they have a place that's home. When you step into Campbell High School, think about your first time stepping in Campbell, how big it is. It's big. I remember my first time there as an assistant principal, I was intimidated, and I've been in education 14 years at that point. So it's a big place. It's I hate to say a scary place because it's not a scary place, but because of the size, it is a scary place sometimes. And you get lost. Be that hand, be that example through this through this honor society, but also through your ensemble. Okay, lead those young ones into the ways of being leaders with you. Okay, and that way it will be something that you might have started and will continue hopefully for many, many years to come. Tri-M is a wonderful, wonderful experience if you get involved, if you do what you need to do, okay? Don't just come in and say, oh, Miss Pittman or oh, Mr. Smith, they said I had to go do this, okay? No, get involved in it because it's a wonderful thing. And when you start applying for those colleges, trust me, they love to see things like this on there. And it's becoming even more important that they see things like this on those applications than I had a 4.78. Sure, that stuff's important. That stuff's important. Don't misunderstand me there, but it's also important that you were involved in something that was further beyond those 8:30 to 3:30 hours of school. So lead by example, keep that roadmap and keep that endpoint in mind. That's when you will start to see things flourish. That's when you'll start to see your leadership traits kind of blossom. Dig in that toolbox, remember what works. If something doesn't work, revamp it and go again. But most importantly, get out there, represent your ensemble to the best of your ability through Tri-M and through Campbell High School. So, excellent. Ms. Pittman, back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Autry. All right, so we are going to shift it over to our officers, and they will begin our membership induction.
Ladies and gentlemen and fellow students, we welcome you to this important occasion. Today, we will formally induct a number of students who have met the necessary Tri-M criteria and have accepted invitations to become active members of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. We will also recognize the continuing members of our chapter and our graduating members as alumni of Tri-M. At this time, I would like to introduce the student officers of our chapter. Gabrielle Quarles is the vice president. Kyla Blosser is the secretary, Ann Eaton is the treasurer, and Caitlin Campbell is the historian. I will now ask Ann Eaton, our treasurer, to present the candidates for student membership.
Okay, so I'm on my phone, so forgive me if it pauses. So these music students have been carefully selected on the basis of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Scholarship represents scholastic achievement and open-mindedness towards knowledge and truth. Character emphasizes a devotion to high ideals and recognizes no barriers between people of diverse backgrounds. Leadership guides us to greater undertakings, and service encourages assistance and kindness to others.
We will now describe the meaning of the name Tri-M for the candidates for student membership. The name Tri-M was derived from the original name from our honor society, Modern Music Masters. The vice president and secretary will speak of the first letter M, which signifies modern.
That which is new in any age is called modern. It is only looking back that descriptions such as old, classical, or romantic are given to those art forms that had formerly been accepted as modern. Let us remember that we should study the past to effectively plan our future. This is a youth organization, and with each succeeding year, its membership will be made up of young people such as you. Therefore, our honor society will never grow old, but will remain eternally modern.
The second letter M signifies music. The treasurer and historian will explain the second symbol.
Okay. According to the Random House Dictionary of the English Language, music is the art of sound that expresses ideas and emotions in significant forms through the elements of rhythm, melody, harmony, and color.
Music was present even before there was even a written language, and from that time to the present, it has been a source of communication. Music is the universal language.
The third letter M signifies masters. In the art field, the custom has been given to give the title of master to those who have achieved a high degree of proficiency. You have met the criteria as a Tri-M candidate for student membership. As masters, you now have increased your opportunities to serve your school and community. A member of the Tri-M Music Honor Society is one who sets a good example, is always willing to assist those students who are striving to better themselves in the music department, and always remembers that real honor brings responsibility. May you accept this honor of membership and the responsibility that is now vested in you, and wear your pin emblem with pride. Please explain the meaning of the Tri-M membership emblem.
Tri-M emblem was designed to symbolize the function and purpose of the Honor Society. The music staff, the lyre, and the scroll represent the members' proficiency and service in the field of music. The triplet figure in the form of an M symbolizes the three M's in the name, Modern Music Masters, from which the society's name was derived.
Will all the candidates for student membership repeat the pledge to show your willingness to carry out the principles of the Tri-M Music Honor Society? So if you guys can repeat after me in between the pauses. So we, the members of the Campbell High School Music Department.
Oh, do we say it now? Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat it? I'm so sorry.
You're good.
We, the members of the Campbell High School Music Department.
We, the members of the Campbell High School Music Department.
In order to foster a greater continued interest.
In order to foster a greater continuous interest.
And a desire for excellence in music performance.
And desire for excellence in music performance.
To encourage appreciation.
To encourage appreciation.
And awareness in listening to music.
And awareness to listening to music.
To provide wider opportunities for sharing joy through music.
To provide wider opportunities to sharing joy in music.
Both within our school and our community.
Both within our school and our community.
To advance the spirit of good music and musical knowledge.
to advance the spirit of good music and musical knowledge,
and to enhance the reputation of our school
and to enhance the reputation of our school
as a center for musical enrichment.
as a center of musical enrichment.
Accept the honor now granted to us.
Accept the honor now granted to us.
And that is the end of the pledge.
The following candidates for student membership have qualified to become new members of the Trian Music Honor Society. Deja Moore, Barsha, Sophia, Nia, Suda, Dejana, and Zara. I apologize if I mispronounced any of your names.
I now officially congratulate and welcome you as new members of Chapter 8631 of the Trian Music Honor Society. May you remember this occasion and strive to live up to the aims and ideals of this organization. Your membership pin, card, and certificates will be mailed out to you in the next few days. I now ask our chapter advisor to come forward.
It is a pleasure to read the congratulatory message from the Trian Music Honor Society National Leadership to the new members of Chapter 8631. Dear inductees, congratulations on your induction into the Trian Music Honor Society. Your nomination for membership is based on your musicianship, academic qualification, and demonstrated leadership. You may take great pride in this achievement, which unites you with thousands of other student members throughout the world. As you were instructed during the presentation ceremony, we should study the past to effectively prepare for our future. With the thought in mind, you are now in the unique position of being able to pass on the torch of your musical knowledge to colleagues and future beneficiaries of musical arts. May you wear your Trian pin with pride and dignity as you continue to demonstrate the value of music in your life and share your gift with your school and your community. Welcome to the Trian family. At this time, the continuing members of Chapter 8631 will be recognized for their dedicated service and for upholding the standards and ideals of the Trian Music Honor Society.
The following students will continue their membership in the Trian Music Honor Society and will remain distinguished members of Chapter 8631. As your name is read, please recognize that you are now a member.
Gabby, you can read the names.
I'm trying to pull it up. I apologize for that. Okay. Myself, Gabrielle, Jennifer, Dek, Dallas, Erica, Kayla, Jacob, Ainsley, Taylor, Yezelit, sorry, I apologize, Denisha, Haley, Foster, Rory, Curtis, Caitlin, Anne, Kira, Joy, Ron, and Ting Ting.
Continuing member certificates will also be mailed out this week. I now officially congratulate and recognize you as a continuing student member of Chapter 8631. You have supported the ideals and aspirations of the Trian Music Honor Society through your continued community service and participation in solo and ensemble performance at Campbell High School and within the community.
On behalf of the Trian Music Honor Society, I want to thank our chapter advisor, Ms. Pittman, the officers, and all who have made this induction ceremony such a great success. We also appreciate the attendance of our parents and guests and speakers.
All righty. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. And that's all, folks. And congratulations. Yay. Alrighty. I'll see you guys. Thanks so much. Thanks so much to our teachers and administrators as well.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Congratulations, Miss Pittman.